These days, most businesses are set up as companies with several partners involved in the project. These shareholders contribute their ideas, work, capital, contacts, knowledge, experience, etc. The most popular choice is the limited liability company, or as is known in Spanish, the Sociedad Limitada, or SL. This type of company is governed by the Capital Companies Act. However, all too often, corporate law places too many restrictions on the operation of the company, and these rigid regulations do not reflect the partners' wishes. To get around this, they can sign shareholders' agreements to govern the specific operation of the company to meet their requirements, which need not be identical to corporate law. Here are some examples of arrangements of this type. Let's imagine a company with two partners who each own 50%. The company has two areas, for example, construction and real estate agency services. In this case, the partners can agree to receive different percentages of the profits. In other words, although they're equal partners in the company, they can decide that partner 1 will receive 75% of the profits from the construction side of the company, and partner 2 will receive the remaining 25%. At the same time, partner 2 can receive 90% of the profits from the real estate business, and partner 1 will be entitled to the remaining 10% from this activity. So, this agreement can be formalised through a shareholders agreement. Now, imagine a company with 4 shareholders. One has 46% of the equity capital and the other 3 have 18% each. The minority shareholders are concerned that the majority shareholder might overrule them if they do not vote together. So, they decide to create a voting syndicate that obliges them all to vote the same way depending on the agreement put to vote, details of which can be specified in a shareholders agreement. You might have a company with 3 partners, each of whom owns 1/3 of the shares, but who decide to agree that one of the shareholders must commit to funding the company with his own assets if it needs cash. A shareholders agreement of this type between the 3 partners is absolutely valid. A company has 2 partners who each own 50% of the shares. It's a catering company, and both partners agree that the decisions affecting the kitchen will be taken by partner 1, the executive chef, and those affecting the front of house will be taken by partner 2, the maître d'hôtel. This means that the staff hired for the kitchen, the products to use, the kitchen equipment, oven, grills, hob, crockery, etc., will all be chosen by the executive chef. However, the staff hired for the dining room, for the bar, the furniture and decor, table linen, flatware, etc., will be the responsibility of the maître d'hôtel. All of this can be established in shareholder agreements. Lastly, imagine a company consisting of 2 shareholders, each with 50% of the company, who decide that if they fall out in the future, one will purchase the other one's shares. To do this, they establish who will buy the other one's share and at what price they will be sold. They decide to establish a scheme whereby both shareholders undertake that if one of them wants to leave the partnership, he will make the other an offer. The partner who receives the offer undertakes to decide within a specified time. He will either sell his holding to the partner at the price offered or buy the other partner's share for the same price. This means that the partner making the offer will offer a fair price because he may have to sell his shares or buy the other partner's shares for that amount. It's also possible that both partners will want to leave the partnership, so can come to an agreement whereby each will make an offer to buy the other partner's shares in a sealed envelope. And once the envelopes are open, the shares can be purchased by the partner who is willing to pay more for them. This maximises the sale price of the shares to the price that the partner is willing to pay, because he was the one that offered that sum. This is just a small sample of the many arrangements that partners can make through shareholders' agreements. However, it's extremely important that these agreements are properly drafted because if not, they can be totally or partially unenforceable or even null and void. In this case, while the partners are under the impression that the company is set up the way they want it, truth be told, those arrangements are useless.